What's up guys, we're back. So I want to show you guys the fruit set this year, and I can already tell for this year it's going to be epic. Right now it's Saturday, end of April 2024, and if you can see, this is my Mexicola Grande, and there's lots of fruit on there already. So I'm going to walk you around, show you all the other fruit set that we got right now. So exciting times. I mean, some of the fruit on my Mexicola Grande are already a little bigger already. So let me see if I can, I'll put my hand there so you can see the scale. Also, you guys remember I actually grafted, I guess this is called Oaklandio on my Mexicola Grande. So here it is. And so far, let me see if I can get it right. You see that bud right there? Starting to push. So it looks like it's starting to take, and I hope it goes, because having another variety on this Mexicola Grande will be actually kind of nice. I'm thinking of adding some additional varieties on here also, partly because so far I've had decent fruiting on my Mexicola Grande, but they tend to drop. So I don't know if it's just where it's at, or if it's a really weak rootstock. So I've seriously debated like getting rid of this, but this year the fruit set's amazing. So we'll give it another year. Let's see what happens. The fact that it's fruiting is a good thing. So let me go show you some other stuff. All right, here's Jim Bacon. It's definitely fruiting. Here's, you can see that right there. So some of my trees are at different stages. Like for example, this Jim Bacon's already fruiting. It flowered earlier and it's already fruiting. And then this guy, the Nabal, is starting to push flowers. So it's a little behind. And then the Adrol is, I think it's like almost done flowering. It's crazy how much flowers it had, but I don't see any fruit yet. I'm sure there's some fruit set in there, so I'm gonna have to come back out here and take a look and kind of go through it a little bit more finer, just to see if I can find some fruit in there, but I'm pretty sure there's some fruit in there. And my reed, a little behind on the flowering, started a little later, and you can see where it's at right now. It hasn't really opened yet. So pretty much everything in the yard is flowering. It's at either different stages. It's either kind of going and almost done, or just starting out. So Carmen it has, I would call this its normal flowering cycle. So as I was telling you guys earlier, I actually got it to flower earlier, and I thought there was a couple more fruit that was setting from the first flower set, but this is kind of like the normal flower set. Okay, so from the first flower set, really earlier in the year, I only found one fruit. There might be another, I didn't look that good, but I do remember seeing this one. So this is the size right now, but this is also when I would call, this is like its normal flowering set, and it's a little behind, hasn't really opened up yet. So I expect these open, hopefully these open when the reed open and the Nabal open, so they actually have something to pollinate each other with. My Anaheim is flowering also, but kind of late again, and it's not very much flower wise, so we'll see. Still holding on to this. And then all of my Hass are starting to flower, and flower really nicely. So I expect a lot of fruit from Hass again. So this is a good sign, and there's still fruit in here. I have fruit in my other tree also, and we're slowly enjoying them. I'm picking a bunch and giving them away to family and friends, and it's gonna be kind of like my refrigerator, my avocado refrigerator. I'll just leave it on the tree as long as I can, and it'll stay good. All right, you can see I have fruit still hanging on my has, and it's flowering again. So of course I got this bag to kind of, the bag is supposed to help deter squirrels because it's supposed to flap in the wind. Semi works, doesn't really work that great, but you know, I'd rather have it and have it work sometimes than not have it and deal with the animals. So as you can see, the has is flowering and still holding fruit. And you know, the Zinno was flowering really early, and there's lots of fruit on here. I'll take you in and show you a couple here and there. This is the size of one right now, Zinno. So it's right next to this has right here, which is flowering. And then the Maluma this year did not, I mean, it flowered, but it did not flower like last year. So, okay, so Edinger is kind of almost done with this flowering, but I mean, there's still a good amount of flowers. I don't see any fruit yet, but we should get a lot of fruit. Just like last year, there was a lot of fruit from the flower set that we got. So, and then Jan Boyce, this is going to be an epic year for Jan Boyce, I can already tell. There's lots of fruit in there. If you go up to the top, like right there, you see all that fruit? So there's tons of fruit set on the Jan Boyce, so excited about that. Yes, I'm really good at growing weeds also. I gotta take care of this. It's crazy how these guys are so productive. But the Kona Chard, which is right here, it's flowering. I don't see any fruit yet, so I'm optimistic. We do have fruit for the first time on my Pinkerton, a Stewart also, and I know I got some flowers on my green gold. We got more flowers on the warts, aka Little Cotto. The Gwen is flowering again. Let me go show you the bacon real quick. All right, so here's the bacon, and there's fruit. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of fruit this year. Let me walk back a little bit so you can see. This is how big the tree is right now. So, right next to the bacon, I have SC Gold, and SC is flowering. A little behind. Some folks in Northern California, they got a lot more flowers than I do. So it's gonna be interesting to see when these guys open up. And I really hope they start to set some fruit so we can start to try it out here in Southern California. So, of course, the ester is flowering again, and there's still fruit hanging in there. So we're starting to kind of pick 1 and 2 just to see how the fruit tastes. It's starting to taste pretty good already, and I expect it to get even better. So, hope you guys are doing good. Check your avocados, make sure your irrigation's running. It is gonna start to cool down a little bit, but it's starting to heat up also. Anyways, have a good one. Talk to you guys later. See ya.